Hi, I'm Lapakazo Sandoval, Los Angeles Sentinel. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So, Tracey Scott Wilson, playwright, teacher, television writer, now screenwriter. Amazing journey as a writer.
Yeah.
Tell me what you learned about Miss Franklin, the woman, and the artist during the process.
I learned that she was more brilliant than I thought. That was one of the biggest things that I learned. That out of a family of extraordinary siblings surrounded by extraordinary artists, that from the age of 5 years old, somehow she was able, I don't know what genius is. I really don't know what it is. But whatever that is, she was born with it, of course, if you had asked me 10 years ago if she was a genius, I would say yes. But to understand specifically why and what made her that was a big revelation to me. And also that she used her music to grow into the person and into the Queen of Soul. That she used her music truly, as she had from the time she was young, to heal her. And the gospel music and obviously the church's influence, but she also used her pop music as well to sort of will the things that she needed in her life into being. She sang about it before she became it. And it just made my admiration for her grow. Most people couldn't survive half of what she survived.
I'm sure. Yes. Isn't it amazing how words can transform and wrap themselves into something that moves forward past time? And they become, in a sense, immortal.
Yes. Yes. And because the other thing I sort of didn't know, because when I grew up in North New Jersey, I was in my own world, and I knew she was big in the United States, but I had no idea the reach that she had in Europe. And seeing her, in 1966, singing in Europe in front of all these, white kids who are losing their damn minds, and who are taking her songs as their own personal and political anthems is just, I don't even know how she even could process that. So yeah, it was, I'm in awe of her still.
Yeah. And generations after this will be in awe of her, and your movie and your words will help bring that even closer. So that's so. Oh, I know so. I know so, ma'am. I'm sure of this. I'm sure of this. So let me push into Liesl Tommy is one of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
In doing my research, I see that you guys have been creatively friends for a minute now. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what it's like working with someone that you have been rocking with for a minute.
Well, I first met Liesl when I had a fellowship at a theater in New York City, New York Theater Workshop. And as part of my fellowship, I had to help choose the fellows who were going to follow me, the next one group. And I still remember when she first came in, and it was just clear from the first 5 minutes that she was going to get this job. And we just became friends through that. And then, we collaborated on our first play together, our first big play together, which is Good Negro. And it took us 4 years, 4 years of collaboration to write that. So in that time, we just got to know each other so well. And so that when she called me or texted me to say, do you want to do this movie? There was just all this history I didn't have to think twice because I knew what it was like to work with her. I knew the standard of excellence that she had. She's always been about, her collaboration is always about making the person better, making the person shine.
Beautiful.
I knew how smart she was dramaturgically, which you can't say that about every director. And that was going to be at the forefront above anything else, that the script was going to be her guidepost, and that she was going to help me to make it better. And that, there was no, because I know that, there's no sort of hurt feelings about, oh, you don't like this scene or you don't like that scene, because I know where she's coming from. So I can't imagine I don't think I would have said yes to anybody, any stranger, because it just would not have, I don't think it would have worked as well.
Yeah, she's something else. So talk about the casting. I mean, pretty flawless, don't you think? I mean, you're gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Flawless casting.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, when I came on, Jennifer Hudson, as I'm sure you've heard, Aretha chose her to play her, and so she was on board, and then when everybody else fell into place, it was, when Forrest Whitaker and Marlon Wayans fell into place, casting has always been among, Liesl's many guest casting has always been one of her strongest suits. And I just remember many times during the shoot, just looking around, not only at the top of the line talent, but, the below the line talent, and just looking around and thinking, look at all this Black excellence, and it was just so joyful to be in that, that she was able to sort of create a community of people whose primary goal was to honor Aretha Franklin, and never letting it stray from that mission.
Yes. And Aretha means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And every song, I'll speak for myself, every song that I gravitate to that she sang, I have my own movie to it, where I was when I first heard it, how I feel when I put it on. I use respect often when people are getting on my nerves. What do you want? Let me sing it for you.
Yeah. No,
you
absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And so, just so many of her songs, you put it on, and that's what I need to hear right now. That's the thing I need to heal me, and just so what an honor to write about these songs that are going to be around in 1,000 years, because they're like you said, they're timeless. There's something when you listen to it that no matter how many times you listen to it, it touches your spirit. And there's not that many songs out there like that.
I'm getting tingles as you talk about it. Yeah, getting tingles right now. So was there any doubt on the title of the movie? Did you guys toss up different titles?
No.
It was always respect?
Yeah. That had to be it. Yeah.
Do you personally have a playlist that you like, a go-to list of her songs that kind of get you where you need to go on those hard days? Or those joyous days too, because she got joyous music too. It's not all.
Yeah, no. I mean, I really love when I really want some sort of just pure joy. I love her live at Fillmore West. Because you could she was just so, I don't know. I mean, that's a legendary concert. She was just so happy when she was doing that. And the audience was filled with, initially they didn't want her to perform there because it was just like, it's just going to be this, San Francisco's too white. It's just going to be a bunch of hippies and they're not going to show up. They're listening to the Grateful Dead or whatever. And of course it sold out. And it was just her singing for this, this, I don't want to be, I hope it's not, I'm not trying to denigrate it, but a lot of hippies who were just in it. And Ray Charles came there and started to sing, and it just makes me happy to hear her sort of so happy, So, but yeah, I mean, but those first 4 albums I like to listen to over and over again, Lady Soul, Obviously, I Never Loved a Man, and I also love a lot of her jazz stuff too. I can listen to Skylark. There was a time there when I was listening to Skylark almost every day for a second.
Wow.
I mean, she jumps 3 octaves in that song, just like it's seamless. It's just like, what just happened there? Anyway,
I'm going to that song as soon as we're done with this interview. I'm going to YouTube it. It's like, I don't know that one. How come I don't know that one?
It was one of those albums that didn't sell.
Oh wow!
But it's remarkable.
I will probably insert it in this piece. So let me ask you this: do you usually listen to music when you write? Or did you listen to her music exclusively when you're penning your screenplay? And if I can ask writer to writer, because I'm just stepping in as a screenwriter, and I'm going through so many revisions that my eyes are crossing in my head.
Yeah.
How many versions before you guys got to the green?
Oh my God. I don't know. 30?
Hey, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, no, it was so many. And we were writing right up, even during production we were writing, we would be rewriting scenes to be shot, the next day and stuff like that. So it was just because I got brought in May and we shot in October. And so it was just right up to the last minute. It was just this constant revision, and then it was too long, so things would fall away and all that kind of stuff. So all writing is is rewriting. So yeah,
I haven't hit 30, so I'll stop complaining. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just stop complaining now. I haven't even hit 30. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. Thank you. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, good.
But that's lovely that you had Liesl though there to kind of help you with your rewrite, and it's collaborative in a lot of ways, and that's wonderful, and it shows, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, it was just we stayed in the same house when we were working together, so it was just 7 days a week we just lived and breathed this movie. And I just think that collaboration just, that started in theater, we just brought it to the movie.
I love that. That is, yeah. There's a lot of beautiful things about theater, and people who've never worked in theater might not understand it, but it's that flesh and blood, that energy that goes back and forth when you have an audience and you have the actors, and the minute things change, and then it's a whole new world. So that's beautiful that you guys were like together as you were cooking the pot, stirring the stuff in the pot. That's so awesome, man. I love that.
And rare, and I don't take it for granted,
Yeah, very rare. Yeah. Well, I hope it happens for you again, but yes, very rare for sure. What is the most surprising thing so far that the audience has expressed to you guys, or to you as a writer?
About the movie?
The entire experience from frame to frame.
I think people are sort of most surprised about her childhood. A lot of times, and not saying this is bad or anything like that, but a lot of biopics about Black musicians that grew up poor in the South, or something like that, and that she didn't, that she grew up in this a very upper middle class home, and that she was royalty. I think is a surprise to a lot of people, and also they don't know almost nothing about her Columbia years, and her jazz, and that she was respected by jazz musicians. And to be someone who did not read music, to be able to go into these jazz clubs in New York City, the Bitter End and whatnot, when there was like hardcore jazz people playing, and you hold your own, and you're 19 years old. What? These are not guys who were easy on you.
No.
If you couldn't handle it, they would just drive you out of there. And she held her own.
That's true about Black folks. We are not easy with the compliments, but when we love you, we love you, we love you. And I think people are gonna love this movie. I think they're gonna be like, You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I love it, so whatever. I love it. I'm proud of
Well,
it.
yeah. But do you feel like as being the screenwriter and having all the research in front of you and learning what you learned about her, um, I think that one of the greatest things you've done is to keep bringing her back to us and keep introducing her to next generations. I mean, that
Mhm.
in itself that's shamanistic. That's, you're like part of raising the dead. That's
Well, I just think that a lot of these singers who are out here now are singing, are trying to sing like her, but they don't even know who they're trying to sing like. They think
wow.
they're trying to sound like Whitney Houston, but Whitney Houston, her mother sang with Aretha Franklin, and she taught her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It all goes back to Aretha,
Wow.
and Jennifer understood that, but I think a lot of them don't understand. They think, oh, I'm doing Mariah Carey, or I'm doing
Hmm.
Whitney Houston, or I'm
Hmm.
doing, but they're without Aretha, there would be none of them.
Amen. Amen. Well said. Absolutely. So what's next for you, if I may ask? Am I
I'm
allowed
sorry,
to?
we're out of time. We are asking that you please wrap and say
Okay.
goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Take care.
You too. Have a great day, evening.
Okay.